Have you ever wondered whether there's a different way to work? Not a different job, not a different employer, a different relationship with work itself. Hi, I'm Ines Simpson, and I ask you this question because at some point in my life, I asked myself this question: is there something I can do that makes a living and is mine, only mine? So I work with perhaps more meaning, more choice, more contribution. Because if we're honest, most of us grow up with a fairly simple understanding. You get qualifications, you get a job, you work hard, you earn money, perhaps. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what if you asked yourself, does what I do actually make any difference? To me? To others? Am I helping anyone? Could my work be more than just a way to pay the bills? What if we change the rules? What if the only way you were allowed to earn money was by helping another human being first? No selling things they don't need, no complicated schemes, not getting paid while adding little value. You only earn when someone's life improves. What careers would survive? Teachers, perhaps, though probably not a great rewarding profession these days. Some healthcare professionals, perhaps coaches or physical trainers, those people we call artisans, making unique things only they can make. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, you know. How about hypnotherapy? Now that's not your first thought, is it? No one leaps to that, do they? Not even when I was looking around. Didn't occur to me. I mean, career counselors don't bring it up. Parents certainly don't encourage their children to become hypnotists. Yet when you actually look at it, it has some unusual qualities. Your success is directly connected to your ability to help people create genuine change. You help people overcome fears, reduce anxiety, change habits, move past limitations. And if you do that well, people tell other people, your reputation grows, your practice grows. The amount you earn is tied to the amount you help others, not because it's easy. It isn't. You have to learn. You have to practice. You have to keep improving. You have to genuinely care about the people you work with. But there's something appealing about a profession where your growth and your clients' growth are connected. You grow as they grow. And there are other things that make the profession unusual. You don't need a large office. You don't need inventory. You don't need a staff of employees, and it's your time. You work when you choose. I chose 3 clients a day, 2 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Now, if I had clients, of course, sometimes there was a no-client day too, but that was my max. It was my work, and I defined the work hours. Now, there are hypnotists who choose to have 5 or 6 clients a day, 5 or 6 days a week. And they have clients every day, no gaps. They make a load of money. And they are very, very good hypnotists. Also today, many hypnotherapists work online. A client in London, Melbourne, then in Toronto, and so on. The world has become our marketplace. But honestly, that's not the part that interests me the most. Freedom is nice. Flexibility is nice. The income potential is certainly very nice. But for me, the real attraction is something else. It's waking up in the morning knowing your day is going to be spent helping people move forward to a better version of their lives. That's a very different experience from simply going to work. Now, I'm not saying everyone should become a hypnotherapist. In fact, most people probably shouldn't. You know, there are, in my experience, actually, no bad hypnotists in the field. Not because we're all wonderful, but because if you're not very good, you don't last long. You need to commit yourself to the work. You need to actually care. In fact, most hypnotherapists who are successful came to hypnosis because hypnosis was the one thing that healed their own pain. Most hypnotists are, as we say, wounded healers. But every so often I meet someone who's looking for more freedom, more purpose, more autonomy, and a way to make a living that genuinely helps people. And I find myself wondering why nobody ever tells them about this profession. Because for the right person, it isn't simply a career. It's a different relationship with work itself. And perhaps that's why so many people discovered hypnosis almost by accident. They weren't looking for hypnosis. They were looking for meaning. And eventually they found a profession where helping people and making a living happened to be the same thing. Now listen, this isn't actually about being a hypnotist. It's a question about why don't we look for meaningful work? The answer, I think, is because it's not offered. The pathway to a job is sort of set up to funnel us into jobs companies want us in, culture wants, or society. It's the water we swim in. We don't notice. So then imagine you actually have a choice. Spoiler alert, you do. What will you do with that choice?